bang, and we are back with another episode of our Art Podcast. I'm your host, Deggy. I'm here with Podcast Matt, who's usually behind the scenes, but he's on the camera today, and we are here with the founder and director and overall fantastic person, Rachel Nettles. Hello. All right?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Just fine.
Everybody's looking at me.
Yeah, well, we are, aren't we?
Well, you're over there, we're over here.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dodgy job interview, this. Isn't it?
It's going to look weird if I'm just talking over there where there is no one. Yeah.
Everyone's looking at me.
But it's all good. We're the Knights of the Round Table. There's three of us around this lovely table. And we are here to have a natter today about all things 1853 and Oldham.
Oldham and the progress of what we've done from when we first started. Since 2019, how many years? Is that 8 years?
7 years.
7 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Best get planning that 10-year anniversary, Rach.
Oh, dear hell.
It's coming up quick.
Isn't it?
And just for, you have been on before.
I have been on before.
But just to make it clear to listeners, the jingling and the jangling that you can hear is Rachel and her many jingle
I don't hear it.
No, well, I hear it more than you will
it.
because I've got the headphones on, so I can. So that's you jingling. So
I bet it's a nightmare for you in airports.
Beforehand, before I go to bed, because it's usually stupid o'clock flight, I put them all in a plastic bag the night before, put them in my bag, and then I'm rocking.
Yeah.
I go right through security, not a problem. But no, I always get stopped. Always, because my bra always sends it off. So I have to get home. Always been bleeped, always been frisked.
Always. But at least you got your method to get your rings and that through.
that might be the name of this podcast. Always bleeped, always frisked.
Oh,
Like that. Do
not
you reckon we can get Frisk spun for a sponsorship deal there?
always.
So 2019, that's when you open your doors here.
2019, started building 2018.
Yeah, so what was the initial idea? When did the idea come around and what did the timeline look like?
I got the opportunity. The third floor was a storage area and there was no lift. So everybody had to go through the stairs. Then they decided to put an industrial lift in. So that freed up the first, second and third floor. My husband came up with the idea of let's put some studios in and see if it works or not. We didn't know this was going to work. We didn't. We just thought we'd do storage areas. So we have two doors on the older studios. So we thought, right, we'll give it a go. When we did. And luckily enough, when we did it, materials and stuff were cheap. It was, to build them wasn't a massive cost. So we were like, let's just see. Put it on Instagram when it was easier. And suddenly we got people interested. So we managed, for the first month, to fill the 7 studios that we first built. And then we were like, ooh. And then we started getting lots of interest, lots of traction and everything. And then we built some more. And that's how it worked. But what I wanted to do, after being in some horrendous studios previously, I wanted something where I was in full control over it and I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted a secure place that a young woman can come and work. So we have security, we've got cameras. The doors to the main studios are coded to get in, and your own studio, you have your own individual studio that's locked as well. You can lock it from the inside outside, and I think I've done that. And also a pre-purpose built studio for artists was another thing that I wanted. So you've got a good quality product for a reasonable price. And it worked. Fingers crossed it'll still, so I'm touching the table now, it'll still carry on like that.
Yep, and it's you got to think though, in the last 7 years or so, it's just grown from strength to strength because that original side has then expanded onto the top floor of the other mill. And then you spend thousands and thousands of pounds on a lovely art gallery as well.
Because everything is self-funded. We've not waited. Luckily enough, we were in the position to carry on and we weren't waiting for any funding at all. But I think the price is good for the quality of what you get. Everything's got smoke alarms. You've got your breaker system. You've got your plug sockets, heaters, the cameras that are inside the building and outside the building. So for art, it's purpose built. There's no business rates. We're not VAT registered. so we can get the prices as low as we possibly can do.
And I remember, like, when I was looking, because I was making the jump, because I went self-employed as an artist. I did a year at home and I needed a space. And when I came to visit this place, I was just really impressed, especially with the security. And I remember you saying all that to me, and it just felt right. And then when I came for a look round, just meeting the residents and stuff, it just kind of felt like home already. And then
Nice
3 years
people.
on now, I'm still here with 2 studios, and I'm in a fortunate position to be able to help you do things here now. So
Well,
it's a good journey.
We've got on-site maintenance as well. I mean, I know Gary. He's just sometimes I could kill him, but, he does the job.
And you
He
love him
knows-
to bits.
Yeah, I love him to bits.
But he's got a lot of history here as well, hasn't he?
He's
Gary?
been here since he was about 20.
Yeah.
So he knows the place inside.
Really?
What's he now, about 84, 85?
86.
86, something like that. Yeah, he's getting on a bit, isn't he? The thing, what I moved in 3 years ago in June, so it's 3 years.
Yeah,
in
when
June.
we started this side.
And when
didn't we?
this side had just got units around the windows and everything. It's a huge cavernous space, incredibly noisy. So if you farted at the front door, it was like a clap of thunder. It's on just incredible acoustic, like the way it must have sounded when it was full of looms and machinery and stuff. Must have been deafening. But Gary was always around, helping out with building the studios and all that kind of stuff. And it's just been, it's very, I guess it's a different experience having been at this side and watching it this side grow, watching this side develop. That side was already it was coming still because he'd had COVID and everything, which had been a bit of a nightmare in between, but you could tell that was lived in, and people were there and people knew each other and stuff, whereas this side is a bit more sparse and
you've got more it's a bigger floor space, isn't it? So you've got more people in that are coming at different times and stuff,
and now it's mega. And like you said about Gary, you've also got Chris. You've got the office over there.
Yeah. And we've got Deggy now.
Yeah, and the things have changed and grown, and it's more. It takes time for things to develop, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does.
But you can feel how things are changing and have changed over the last 12 months.
But you have to do it. You have to change, don't you? You can't stay as you are at all. You have to, and that's something I've learned. Even the Instagram, even the prices that we're doing, things do change and people have different reasons for coming in, and you've got to be aware of what's going out on the outside. And things have changed again, but I think it's all good. You have to.
One thing that needs to change is how people knowing about this place.
Yeah.
And what goes on in who's here. Yeah. Because I say it all the time. It's mind-blowing how talented the people in here are.
The amount of talent we've got under these 2 roofs is just utterly ridiculous. And when you break it down to like all the small creative businesses we've got in here, it's like, I'm a mural artist. You're a podcaster. Rachel, you do some ridiculous embroidery making vegetables. It's amazing. Then you've got tattoo artists, you've got guitar pedal manufacturers, graphic designers, video editors, sculptors,
fine artists, abstract artists, people who work with textiles and upholsteries.
And ceramists, we've got one ceramist that's just come in as well.
Photographers, how did we miss that?
We've got creators, creatives, artists. It's you've got hobbyists, you've got self-employed people, small businesses. You've got the full gamut of creative practices within this place. And I feel like the next step is what you've done with this place is you've created this space that you weren't quite sure you were going to be able to fill. Then you've expanded and you filled it with local creative people, local artists from Greater Manchester, from Oldham, and now it's kind of like as we're sort of settling in, because you've had that turbulence of COVID, you've had the work building this and putting this all together, which is really, really stressful and all that. I feel like now the next kind of phase is kind of like making the most of everything that we've got in the community, and it offers another challenge now, doesn't it? I think that's kind of like where we're at, and I think you coming in, Deggy, and personnel's changed. Luke has moved on, and like you've come in and done this, and I've been busy with other stuff, and then it was like, right, okay, now I kind of want to get this going again. I want to help try and get the message out there to people about this place, because we've all sat down and had conversations, like we all just really believe in it and each other and everybody else that's here, and we want people to know about it, don't we?
Yeah, it's dead important. Like, I think community is key. It's like, I do a lot of voluntary work at a local community centre at the youth club in Glossop, and I've done that for like 5 years. And I just think building a community and giving back is something so important. For me, I know what those little art classes or skateboarding classes mean to the youngsters there, and just seeing them buzzing with it it's meant. But going a bit further, especially creative communities, I feel like everyone's in it to help each other, and that's the way it should be. I think some people don't want to get involved in it, and that's fine. They have their own working scheme. But for me, I think getting to know loads of different creative people in different realms that are different with mine, for the opportunities of collaboration and just to be a good person and help out is something that I'm very big on. And that's kind of my idea with this place. How can we bring everyone together to do some cool creative stuff, but most importantly, let people know we're here? And it's just, I think at the minute, like trying to open some doors for the local sixth form college about setting up work placements for the youngsters to come in if they're interested in like more creative areas of work, and then they can come in, shadow us, get involved and stuff and do that. But just going forward with it, I just think people need to know we're here. And if they are like, I don't know, there's some businesses somewhere that might need a graphic designer, instead of looking on, I don't know, Google or something, like, oh, that'll be in 1853, for example. Yeah. If you need someone to paint a mural, I'll just pop down to 1853 or something. There are a few examples off the top of my head. And it's just spreading the word of where we are, who we are and what we do, I think is just really good for Oldham.
Yeah, and some people don't even know we're here.
No.
Do they?
When I was at, I was at Chambers Business Centre before I came here, which is exactly what it says. It's again in an old mill, Chambers Business Centre. Yeah. So you've got all kinds of different businesses in there doing all kinds of things, but very much businesses, not creative businesses. Businesses, right? So the people you were bumping into, the people you were talking to were all perfectly lovely, but it wasn't really relevant. Not that it wasn't relevant, but there was a limited opportunities, let's say, for collaboration and all that. So when I found out about this place, it was like, this is where I need to be, because, you know, I'm very sort of creative, lots of ideas. I always want to make things happen and do new things. And there just seemed to be a lot more opportunity down here to move that way, and it's working that way. You know, this podcast is something that I couldn't have done at the other place, and I've wanted since I've got here to do an event, a networking event, for exactly that, for the reasons of. So I'm going to be working with Tom, who's got a studio over the way there, who does graphic design and web design, and we're going to create a name for it. I don't know what it's going to be called yet. Something cool and interesting, hopefully, and do some branding and start putting something on in here in that gallery space that brings businesses and creative people together, because I think there's a massive opportunity. There's some business networking things in Oldham and they're fine, but they're a bit businessy and a bit do you know what I mean? What we need to be able to do is like you were saying, Deggy, there's creative skills and there's business skills, and they're often quite separate, but what one person often has one and lacks the other. Yeah. And so if we can mesh these things together and show this place off at the same time,
absolutely,
then I think it'll be fantastic. So that's something I'm really, really keen on doing, and hopefully it won't be too long until we get that going.
No, I think that's the way forward.
I do, for sure.
And I think it's easier to bring people to you than you to go to every single event that's out and about there. Which is another thing. You know?
Yeah, and that just ties in with the thing as well. Like, it's great to go to those events and stuff, but bringing people to us, then they get to see what we are straight away with their own eyes. Like, they're going to come in for an event, they're going to have a nice time, they're going to mingle with our residents. You might drift into someone's studio and have a brew and stuff, and you get to see what we've got, the spaces and what they're all about and stuff. So no, it just makes total sense. I think.
It's that once you've been here, you go So last week we had a visitor from the Growth Hub came in who didn't know about this place, and they were just falling over it, weren't they? They absolutely loved it. They loved it, and they were like, "Wow, how did we not know about this place?" And once we get people through the door. I was the same when I came here for the first time. When you showed me around, I was like, yep. So where do I sign? Where do I sign?
I was. As soon as you poked your head out that door, I was like, she looks as mad as a box of frogs. Cheers. It's great. I'm in. Sign me up.
Just like, cheers. But there's things that I want to do. I want to wear like advertisers at the front.
Yeah.
You know, I've got all those ideas for the big banners on the side of the buildings. and stuff. I know it just all costs money,
but for context, for people who don't know, who aren't familiar with it, we're in a mill, in a sort of like kind of industrially kind of business park kind of area, off the beaten track. Mm-hmm. We're actually quite close to the town centre, close to the motorway, close to the tram stop. There's like location-wise, it's really good, but also it's hard to make a place that's two third floors of mills stand out in it, and that. So you just kind of want to try and make it a bit more obvious of where we are, really, innit?
Big 30-foot neon sign. That's the only way, innit?
I've got to do something, mate. Got to do something.
I wish.
No, we'll get there with it. I've got ideas.
Yeah.
I never thought when I started this, because we started building the actual first studios 2018, that it would be this big. I never thought we'd be on this side of the mill. No.
Sometimes it's just best to go with it and not ask questions in a way. And that's a prime example of what's gone on here, because how many creative businesses are in here? Is it about 80 or something?
80, about nearly 90.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's great. Yeah. Like, just to have that facility for people to come in and do what they do is a great thing to have.
Yeah.
And then it's just like looking forward to the future. It's just like, what does that hold? Like, my view on it in a way is like, I want to do some cool, interesting things like that involve our residents, and then also bring in some people in, like, because my background, like, I'm in a semi-professional band. I've toured Europe. I've done loads of things. We've had a bit of chart success and stuff. So I'm pretty well connected in the music world in a way. And like, part of my vision is like, for example, who do I know that's maybe in a band that's also an artist, but they don't shout about it that much? And that's like, get them in, do a show. They can do a bit of a Q&A and talk about it, for example. And as well as that, like, I've run a venue as well. So it's just like, there's that side of it. But whilst you're also bringing that cool stuff in, externally, internally, how do we get some cool things on in our galleries that are going to showcase our residents and make sure they have a good show from it, and then get some good content from it? Prime example was Federico's show in Mill 1 the other day. Like, he absolutely nailed it. Beautiful selection of work. And he brought over a fantastic musician called Perry Frank from Sardinia that did a soundtrack especially for the show with nice projected visuals as well. And it was just a really complete show. Yeah. Quirky, cool things that can go on. That's just getting it out there and bringing people to us, really.
And just making the most of the spaces that are here. Both sides of the mill have got different characters, different characteristics, really, really great spaces. Kind of immersive spaces. It's kind of like, it's not like a theatre or something where you've got a distinction between the stage and the audience and things like that. What I've really, really like about the spaces, and Ripples was a great example of that, where you are immersed in it. And Federico's show was a similar kind of thing. You just felt like you were in the artwork. Like, and that's the difference between these kind of spaces and those alternative kind of spaces.
It was good last summer when we had Dare to Know Theatre, where we used the loading bay.
Yeah.
For a play. That was really lovely.
I love that. I'd love to get a band on that loading bay at some point.
It was really good, and they drove the car into the loading bay and did the play. It was brilliant.
Wicked.
And that Dare to Know are a great example of, like, we are in Oldham, right? And we say that proudly. And I'm from Oldham, and I'm a massive advocate for Oldham. It has its detractors as well as its supporters, but Dare to Know Theatre are a really good example of what they describe themselves as a working class theatre company. They're from Oldham, and that's what they are. They are what they are. And being able to use that loading bay was a really good metaphor and example of, like, you're not trying to be something that you're not. You write a play for, that was set in Oldham in that environment, and it was what it was, and it worked really, really well. There's no pretension there. No. It's just this is what it is.
Those weeks.
And they're brilliant, and it's going to be doing it again, aren't they?
Yeah. They want to use the
smoking shelter for some. Which I think is great.
Brilliant.
Dear, all right.
But it's little things like that, because I know they're going to come up with a really killer plan of festivities for their festival, and I can't wait to see what they've got planned for it. It's going to be great.
It was nice because it was like the full respect for both of us on both sides, and it worked well.
Yeah.
Didn't it? It worked really, really well.
But they've got that similar kind of ethos, and we've spoke about this as well. And that's what's great about this, but it's not pretentious.
No.
It's. I always go back to that first open day. September 2023 was the first time I really got to go and have a poke around everybody's studios and see a display of the work. And you could have walked into a gallery anywhere in the country and been impressed by the work that was on show. Fantastic. But it is just a load of people generally from up north or who live up north who are just doing their stuff, and it's not pretentious, it's accessible, the people are accessible. I love that. That's why I want to get the work of the people of 1853 out there and more people in here to say, look, being an artist, being a creative, do it, get on with it. It's not for one class of people, it's not for one group of people. It's for everybody, and I find that really inspiring about this place.
And I think as well on the management sort of side, we do care. If something's wrong, I do my best to fix it. I'm not just going to ignore it because I care about what happens here. I care about the people and the whole building, as much as I possibly can do, because it's important.
There's another big topic we need to touch upon here, and that is Oldham itself. I'm from Glossop originally. I still live there, proud of that. But ever since I was a kid, I used to always come to Oldham on a Saturday afternoon when my parents would go usual shopping around the Spindles and that and stuff. I was like less than 10, so I've been coming here for ages. And then before I went self-employed, I worked for cash converters for years. So I was
Which one was that one?
Well, I was in Hyde, Ashton, now and again Rochdale and Oldham.
Why is it so easy to imagine you working at cash converters?
Yeah.
Why is it? I can just imagine talking about products and talking about stuff. I can just I can see it completely.
Mate, if you need a Max and Paddy Fitness DVD, I'll sort it for you.
Brilliant.
But so I worked there for years. I think I was with the company for 8 years in total. Wow. And Oldham was always my favourite shop to work in. The staff were great, but there was just a good vibe whenever I came up here. I don't know what it were, but the town just walking about on my dinner hour or something, there was just, I don't know, I just felt a bit of a vibe or whatever. And I left there, 4 years ago, and the town centre's had a lot of redevelopment in that time, and I know there's more to go. So we attended the opening of the Loom the other week, and that's a fantastic new facility that they've put in there, and it just shows there's a lot of investment going into Oldham, and now the culture.
Yeah, Town and Culture. Or something. Yeah, the Greater Manchester Town and Culture.
That's the one, what he said. So there are good plans for stuff to be happening there, and it's something like, obviously, we're going to tap into and whatnot. What can we do with our creative community with that? Oldham's just, I don't know, it's just got something, it's grabbed me. I can't really sum up what it is, but I like this town a lot.
I love it. I was away for 10 years. I lived in Dublin for 10 years. So when I came back, I moved to Dublin kind of just before, as Manchester was just starting to change. And so I'd come back from Dublin, and honestly, if I was away 6 months, I'd come back and be like, what the hell is going on here? And Oldham was obviously not changing anywhere near the same pace. But what excited me about coming back and settling once I came back was the potential in Oldham. That Manchester is growing at such a rate. It's such a competitive city. There's a lot of everything in there. Whereas in Oldham, you're so close to Manchester, but there's lots and lots of opportunity, and that really excites me. And I think when I think about opportunity, I think about how creative you can be, and I think that I'd love to see this place, 1853, and its residents start to bleed out through the town, and literally can imagine it kind of lightening it up and colouring it up and creating and having the art and the shops and the because I think we as a town, Oldham, you talk about an Oldham from years ago where the town centre was much more vibrant for shopping and all that, the market and all this kind of stuff. The market's moved now, and hopefully that'll be good. But it has lost a lot of its vibrancy in terms of there's not the same shops and things like that were there. So it's gone through, it's changing like all town centres are. There's an opportunity for different types of businesses to come into Oldham and offer different types of things. And I feel like we can be part of that here. I think that why go looking for creativity elsewhere? You've got all these people right here that can help to bring the town centre to life, to help bring different types of businesses in. I think Stockport and Rochdale in particular have done a lot of work around regenerating the town centre, bringing art into the town centres. I think that Oldham is primed and ready for that kind of thing now, and that really excites me.
Oh, for sure. I'd absolutely love to paint a mural in the town centre somewhere. For example, like...
We've got that one in the summer we're going to do here.
Well, we'll do something cool, won't we? Just need to design it first. But just do something on the high street there and get a bit of colour on the walls there, a bit of vibrancy. That'd be smart. And that'd be a good advocate, because you can always put something in the bottom corner. QR code 1853 Studios or something. And it's just going back to before, like there's a lot going on in the town changing there. And then like we need to kind of get involved with something along the lines of that. And then, as I said before, work placement and stuff, just getting together with the community and just doing it for the greater good and the right reasons, I guess. So
true, right.
I mean, I think back to what Manchester was like when I was a kid and prior to that, and you think, because I'd often listen to things like be on the radio and stuff, and they'd be saying like, you would talk about Manchester music and all that from back in the day, and say, why was Manchester such a vibrant place for this, that, and the other? And there was a number of reasons, but mainly a lot of it was because it's a shithole. Yeah. And like, if you live in a shithole and it's dark and it's grey and it's grimy and there's not much work and blah blah blah,
people kicking back,
people create. They create as a result of that, as a kickback of that. And Manchester, there's other reasons as well, other cultural reasons as well in Manchester. But it's not just Manchester. But that's what happens. But the sort of industry and post-industry, I find it quite inspiring. Like I find like these buildings and the kind of the fallout from our industrial past really inspiring for me creativity and stuff like that. Like just being in this mill, just being in a mill. I find it really grounding. I find it like, I don't know, I guess it's just part of me heritage or whatever.
Just knowing what went on in it and stuff like.
I think the ancestors like us here.
Yeah, we're looked after.
It's always got a good vibe.
It's just cool though. There's them videos of people spinning in there years ago, and it's just like.
And the guy just there in his like suit trousers and his vest with nothing on his feet, spinning in air. It's just like unbelievable, isn't it?
I mean, as well, I didn't want to get too much into it, but on a very, very basic level, these places were about creating stuff. They were, obviously. It wasn't necessarily about fine art or whatever, but it was about production. Yeah, it was about production and creativity and making things. And making things, and that's why this is a really good fit. I think it's carrying on that legacy of what these buildings are about.
I've not thought too much about it yet, but I need to start planning our next Open Studios event.
Oh no, we need to get our heads together on that.
Yeah, so I've penciled in the 5th of September.
Yeah.
So do you know what? I've not penciled it in. It'll be set in stone. So I'm kind of need to spend a bit of time thinking about what we're going to do with that, because I want it to be the best showcase of us as we can do. And I want everyone involved.
To get the studio doors open.
Yeah, get the doors open, bring the people in, we'll give them a brew and a biscuit. Everyone just engage, and it's like, you don't know what it might lead to be fair. Like, it's
you don't.
Important thing to do for our residents to meet fellow creatives and people in the local community. And I need to come up with a solid plan what we're going to do for that, but I'm grabbing it with both hands and doing my best.
We need to keep going forward.
We do need to keep going forward.
Changing them, not stay complacent at all.
No,
you
can never be content. No. Always be looking forward to what's next.
Yeah, you gotta.
I've got such a plan and a vision. I won't go into it now, but like
you can if you want.
No, it's okay. It's just like I know where my final destination is as such. But like I've got a big idea.
That's good.
And I'm connecting so since I've come back, I've got my connections with Oldham Athletic.
Good club.
Yeah, brilliant. And I do the podcast, a fan podcast, just on 6 seasons, but I've got a really good relationship with the people at the club. I've been working very closely with Northern Roots, which is another really exciting project within Oldham. I'm going to be working with Sports Town, which is another big regeneration project that's coming together. And then there's this place. So I'm involved in 3 of the most exciting things that are going to be happening in Oldham.
That's cool.
And since I've come back over the last 5 years, I've kind of, just been kind of trying to position myself and where I want to be and what I'm inspired by. I'm inspired by social change and social justice and society and community, art, creativity, football, nature, all that stuff, all these things, and they're all there, and there are opportunities within all these things, and I'm working on a plan on like how to bring all that together, because you've got to be a bit like with this, but you've got to be at the centre of what inspires you and what makes you feel good and what you can work with, you know, and that's why I just feel really excited about the future, because I just feel like I'm in a position now where, like, I wouldn't be anywhere else. Like the opportunities in Oldham, the opportunities to get involved and do something positive and help contribute towards the future of a place that has had its issues, does have its struggles, but I think, you know, you talk about the vibe, and the people are lovely. Yeah. It's a friendly place. It's a welcoming place, and it's a place that deserves to do well in the future.
It's going to be the new Stockport, isn't it?
It's going to be better than Stockport.
Better than Stockport.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, because look what they've done in like the last 15 years or anything. Like, they've done it all, and it's just I can see it happening with Oldham, and it's just like, if we can be a factor in that.
It's interesting.
I want to be more than a factor.
Well, there's differences in. So what Stockport have done better than Oldham has over the years is they've kept hold of more of their old architecture. So there's buildings that are like really impressive, and the centre of Stockport is just geographically different and well suited to sort of making it look a bit more aesthetically pleasing and oldie worldy than Oldham is. In Oldham, we used to have all those buildings; they've knocked them all down. Yeah. So it's kind of changed. So it presents a different set of challenges for the regeneration of Oldham. I'd say with Rochdale. Rochdale's got more of its old buildings, and the Rochdale Town Centre is kind of better geographically and structurally. So Oldham's have got a sort of unique set of problems, I think, or set of issues that it needs to deal with, and I think that's probably held it back a little bit behind some of these other places. But it means that Oldham's going to be a different place to Rochdale and Stockport, which again is good because it is unique in its own right anyway. So I'm not sure. Well, Sports Town, Northern Roots, and then like for me, 1853, and I think, you know, the sooner you get your big bat sign.
I'm going to get my sign. That's my next thing.
It needs to be done, doesn't it?
Yeah, we just had to pay them for the tower.
Yeah.
We've had to have the tower restructured and stuff. So
I mean, nobody had ever heard of Blackpool till they put a big tower that you could see from miles away.
Mate.
So what we need on top of the here is just something that you can see from, you know.
We'll get Cheshire. Gary to sort it. So how do we wind this one up then?
Come to Oldham.
Come to Oldham. It is pretty good.
It's fucking mint.
It is fucking mint.
It's mint.
Give us a listen. Give us a share. Tell people about 1853. Tell people about our art podcast.
Give us a follow on Spotify as well. That's
Cheers.
much appreciated.